The PFL deal, maybe final MMA fight, we have an opponent, we have a date. Can you just talk about the emotions to have all of these things for the end of the PFL run?
Go ahead. Okay. You know, I'm very thankful and it'll be amazing being in Florida. Of course, it'll be perfect in Brazil, but Florida have a lot of Brazilians. And I'm very excited for this fight because Ketlen Vieira is a great opponent. It's a great fight. She's a toughest. She's beat all the legends, younger than me, older than me. Misha Tate, Holly, Sarah McMahon. She fight for Kayla. Before Kayla go fight for the title, she's fought Kayla and it was like for decision. I think it's a great fight for me. I'm very excited to fight her and I'm very thankful for all the fans. It is my last fight, last fight in my contract, but of course after my fight I want to sit down with my family, my team. We have a lot of plans, but outside MMA life. But I'm very excited, just focus for do the best this next fight.
I think that the question a lot of fans are maybe thinking is, okay, she completes her contract, Jake Paul, Nakisa call, Cris, one more, maybe Holly, maybe Ronda, big on Netflix. Have you thought about that? Are you leaving the door open that, hey, someone could maybe make a deal that could get you to do one more after this one?
I can say I'm gonna be maybe after do some boxing fight. I still have a dream fight for WBC belt, and I've been training. I just got my WIBA belt in boxing, but I want to just think about Ketlen next. I want to see how I feel. I want to see how's the camp going, how's my feel my body. I love what I do, and then I'm doing this for so long. But I'm really very blessed about not having any bad injury, the whole career. So, but I want to just feel this fight, how's it going to be, and then that's it.
One final one for me. I think the thing that people are noticing, you've been a star at 145 for so many years. It feels like the big companies, there's less companies trying to have women's featherweights. Mm-hmm. Even now it feels like less women's bantamweights. They're releasing girls and feels like there's not investing in it. Mm-hmm. What do you think the bigger women in MMA need to help, get that momentum again? Just have a division, have those promotions, because it feels like this is that time where companies are less invested in 145 and 135 for the women.
One of the things that leave me very sad because sometimes I left the event. I went to already a lot of different organizations. Now they say, okay, Cris Cyborg leave, they're gonna finish the division. But the reality, at the beginning, I always want to open the door for all the girls. I want to keep, the 145, the featherweight. I think it's not a lot of girls, walk is 65 kilos. It's a lot of, is like, I believe like 70 kilos. So, but it makes me really sad because I really want continue. I think this is the goal, have a more division for the girls and keep it strong. I hope after retire, PFL continue the team. I think it's nice, gonna come young girls, more opportunity and better different classes, better for weight cut. I think when you start fight, you have to focus not just cut weight, but be ready for the fight.
Cris, right over here, I think a few people might have found it surprising that you're actually going to retire your MMA career in Florida. Mm-hmm. So when that decision came and you were offered the retirement fight in Florida, did you like that, or did you maybe hope to retire in California, anything like that?
I think like let's talk a little bit, discussing where it's supposed to be. But I think then PFL decided the best place for them. I understand they're a business and they have to work everybody together. I just feel blessed to have the opportunity to fight one more time. We just think about our lives. Really, fight is a dangerous sport. I never thought this because I've been doing this like the last maybe 5 years, 4 years. I always think about me, my team. Cris, enjoy every single moment because there's gonna be a time you're not gonna have more. So enjoy, be in the ring, enjoy training, enjoy. Can be the last. So every this fight in 5 years, I say, man, can be the last, can be the last. And I'm very excited for this fight, happy. It's going to be in Florida. People follow me in California, they can go travel. We are at summertime, it's going to be fun. And enjoy it for family, it's going to be amazing.
I was going to mention, you're right, you do have fans all over the world, yeah. So it really doesn't matter too much. Can I get your thoughts on your opponent, Ketlen Vieira? And do you think she was cut by the UFC prematurely? Do you think she deserved that?
I would think it was really sad what happened for her. She was top 10 in the division. So what do you have to do for a stay, But I believe like this, okay, one door closed, the other door is open for you. I think he's got to have the best plan for us. And but she was like, I think a couple of fights ago, she was just fight Kayla. She was a great fight. She's given a lot of damage for her. I think if you maybe have more 2 rounds, maybe she can get the win. But I was really sad, but nice she get the opportunity, come to PFL. I think it's very important. I still have a lot of events for the fighters have the opportunity to fighting, and it's okay. I think we make our plans, but God have the best plans for us.
If this is your last MMA fight ever, what kind of message do you hope to send home to people and kind of leave in the sport in your last fight?
I'm really thankful for all my fans. I'm very grateful God did in my life. Like, I didn't have a plan to be a fighter. My plan was have a normal life, play handball, maybe live in Europe and finish my school. That's it. And God had a different plan for me. Everybody, every place in the world you ask to say my name, people know who I am. It was crazy. I never had this dream. I was never thinking about leaving from Brazil and leave another country or see different countries. I didn't have this with me. I was really happy how's it working, and I'm very blessed about all the doors closed, all the doors open. I think all the bad things happen in my career, like difficult, hard times, just prepare me who I am today. Sometimes sometimes of course we complain, but after pass through a couple of years, like you say, no, that thing has happened because this, you figure out what was the reason. So getting mature. So I'm so happy, like the age I'm now, like the mature I am today. I would like to have this immature when I was 18, but not work this way. But I'm really thankful for all the fans with me. I know my goal was just to be beginner, was just to be the world champion and the best in the world. And then I see like accomplish a lot of things in my career. I think number one, I always put God first. Number two, I was humble to learn. I have so many fight for the world title. I think 18 times, one lost between all the fights, and then I never lost the humble, the learning. I was listening, doing my best, learning. I never see if my opponents. I never think my opponents know enough to beat me. I think first time when you champion, sometimes you say I don't need any help. I'm doing this alone. So I think it's never passed through my mind. This I always keep it humble, the beginning to the end. And I just want to be a great example for all the fans. I will show my fans my faith. I think this is number one legacy I want to leave to them because this stay forever, everlasting. It can change lives, change my life. And I'm very grateful. And I'm excited for this fight because if I win this fight, it's going to be the number 30 victories in my career. And I don't have a woman. This is going to be one more record. I'm not going to have a woman yet. Complete 30 victories in a career. And I don't know, I say maybe it can be my last fight, but I always leave in God's hands. He planned for me, and just be prepared, ready. But I'm focused on Ketlen Vieira.
And as far as this fight, another championship for you. Is there anything in your career that you hadn't been able to check off the list? You've gotten so many of these records and so many great things have happened, but is there any small things that maybe never happened that you wanted?
I think a couple of fights, of course, like a couple of fights didn't happen in my career, but not just because I didn't want to make. Right. I'm here talking about another side, have to agree. But I believe all the decision I have, I think I did it right. Some decision, it was tough decision. You have to be over ego, say no, I'm going another way. I think about my future. Maybe this happen in the future. So, but I'm really happy for everything. Yes.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Boa tarde, Cris. Tudo bem?
Tudo bem.
Just curious because you mentioned Kayla Harrison had fought Ketlen Vieira and you fought Amanda Nunes in the UFC. Do you think those two ultimately will fight this calendar year in the UFC?
I hear, I don't know where I hear, but they say maybe they're gonna fight in September. Amanda Kayla in LA. I'm not sure if I know it right, but there is some gossips, But I know Kayla did the surgery and she was recovering. I know Amanda been waiting for this fight. I'm excited to see this fight.
Yeah, you seem like such a proponent for women's MMA and a lot of big fights with PFL in the next little bit, like Ariane Lipski, Da Silva, Liz Carmouche, Dakota Ditcheva. Who out of that run of fighters do you see fighting for that flyweight title? Because that would seem to be the next step for all those talented fighters.
I believe both are going to be a very excited fight. they're very young, you know. It's nice because when you pass through a lot of things, like who's have the best plan, for sure have some names that is superstar and some already legend, you know, in the sport. But I think experience account a lot, you know. I believe it's going to be a great fight. Who's will win?
Yeah, for sure. And I guess one more from me. I mean, Larissa Pacheco, your former PFL opponent, had made it public that the UFC wasn't as interested in signing her. Like, what were your thoughts on that? That strikes me as surprising. What were your thoughts?
I believe it like this. Like much respect to Pacheco. We did a great fight together. Said, you know, I believe like this. She's waiting too much. I think it's have to be active. We don't have a lot of events, but actually we have to be, because it's when you do MMA fights, I already jump for do boxing fights, for keep you active, you keep training, you know, keep your mindset right. I didn't know what's her plans now. I know, super sad because I'm a fighter too. And I have sometimes in my career, I stay like 2 years not have event for fight. And I know how the struggle is, how hard it is. But I wish the best for her. I hope she find, you know, one place to fight. I know it's going to be tough for UFC because she is beat their champion, Kayla Harrison. So they wanted Pacheco beat her again. You know, I don't know. And then she's turning friends Amanda Nunes. It can be a great match between them. So I don't know.
And I just had a follow-up, because you mentioned the dangerous nature of the sport earlier, how much damage people can take. Like one of your fellow countrymen, Alex Pereira, had a bit of a rough situation at the UFC Freedom 250 card with the back of the head strikes that landed. What were your thoughts on that whole situation?
I know. I think when you get a very excited fight, especially when you catch one punch, because the punch was clean. So the other fighter get very excited. This happens sometimes with me when you punch and then sometimes you can hit in the back of the head. But have one here in the ear, around the ear, you can have some places there. But sometimes you get it. You don't want to do this, but sometimes you get excited after the fight. Of course, the referee who's supposed to fight early or see what's gonna happen, but it sometimes happen. Yeah.
Obrigado, campeão.
Thank you.
With that fight in particular, though, did you think they were bad? Do you think they were bad strikes?
I think maybe after happened, but I believe the guy gave a very clean shot. And then, you know, I didn't see the fight very close like this, just to see the day happen. But at that time, I didn't see it was going to the back head. I see it was the clean punch, the guy get excited, keep hit, because for the referee returning. But sometimes if you turn your face, can get it, you know. I know, all the time I go to fight, the referee say, if you don't keep fighting, they're going to stop. You know, if you turn your face, they're going to maybe hit in your back, so keep fighting. So,
Cris, excuse me. You mentioned like the opportunities, and people have asked you about the scheduling of other women. And I'm just curious, with Liz fighting this weekend, you having your potential retirement fight with the PFL, can you talk about how this company has really kept the door open for when other companies are closing the door or not scheduling them and cutting from the roster, how the PFL really helped keep you going?
you know, I feel very blessed for the opportunity. For sure, the girls very excited because sometimes, especially like, okay, Ketlen Vieira is one example. She's won that fight, and then she just fight for opportunity for go to the title, and this happens, like you go shock, you know. But you never know what can happen. But nice, you know, PFL rescue them and they make them their eyes shine again, and they have the opportunity for them to do great fights. And like I'm here, I'm very excited, very happy to work for PFL, and they have great fights here, and I'm excited.
Do you have confidence in them moving forward, like for other women to come over here and find that next level in their career? Let's say they're not getting big opportunities, that PFL is the place. Would you say for other women, this is the place that they can really grow?
You know, the reality we need, you know, small shows for we can start training and learn. You have to have some experience for go to big show. You don't want to go a big show, no experience. You know, it's important to have some fights and get experience for you go to big events, get it matured, you know. Because sometimes you can do a big mistake in big show and never come back. So it's nice to have small shows and after come to the big show. You know, I'm very grateful PFL opened the door for a lot of fighters.
And we're talking about, you know, your last potential MMA fight. You did say earlier, doors open for boxing. Cris, everything you've achieved, like, why do you continue to challenge? It'd be so easy for you to just go to your family and live your life and be happy, but you want to keep taking challenges. Why?
You know, I've been preparing my retirement for sure. You know, I've been prepared for 5 years. You know, I'm very happy. But I love my job. I love my job. I work every day is no sacrifice going training. For me, it's normal. I started training when I was 12 years old. No martial arts, but different sports. So I compete for so long. So even if I don't fight, for sure I'm gonna find something to compete. You know, I love what I do. I think this is the difference. When there's no sacrifice, I believe like money, famous is consequence. You have to be happy yourself. If for sure I have a lot of chapter in my life I wanna get it and get into, but I love what I do.
And then last one from me, a lot of the questions leading into your fight will be about your legacy and everything. Instead of just what you want to leave for the sport or for the fans, I guess my question to you is, what are you most proud of about yourself throughout your career?
I believe I fight for, at the beginning I want to prove the girls can fight like a guys. We can make a fight excited. When I started training, I didn't have a girls in the gym. I was just me and there were like 50 guys training. And there was no easy, but and I didn't have like, okay, I want to be like this girl. I didn't have it this time when I started 21 years ago. So I'm really happy when I see the young girls come talk to me and say, Cris, I started fighting because you. Funny because one guy like I did one competition, but like a CrossFit in Las Vegas. A guy say, you know, I watch your fights with my mom. And they say, man, how old are you? They was like 23. I say, Jesus, you know, like he was like I was crazy. So he was a young baby kid when I watch. But it's nice how the sport grows so much. I'm really happy I have the opportunity to be fighting when the sport grows much. You know, not the beginner. I'm still here and it's great to be like a top 10 and you know in my career and doing great. The goal is open the door. You see families getting together for watching the women's MMA. The beginning when I tell people I'm a fighter, people look, what? This is crazy, you know. But now you can say that because it's a really career. It's a really know what you do. So it's amazing.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Cris, back here, just obviously you mentioned wanting to box, right? And boxing being the big thing. You just won a title that a lot of famous women have had. Is the fight though in boxing, is that Clarissa Shields? Is that still the one you're specifically pursuing?
You know, the reality is like this. I even trained Clarissa. We trained together a little bit, I think one day, and then I showed a little bit like, come to MMA before she doing her MMA fights. And they were pretty cool, I don't have any problem. Then I started doing some boxing fight, I think I have 2 fights, and then she started calling me out. I said, man, okay, let's agree about the weight, agree about gloves, because you have a lot of experience in boxing, and I didn't just started, but I love challenge. And after that, you know, she's getting heavier with the weight, so I started boxing in 154, and then she started calling me out. I said, man, I'm ready, you wanna fight, let's do it. So, but she's getting very heavy, and then she started complaining about weight. But I just met her manager at the Long Beach event, and we shake hands. He say she's wanna fight. I said, don't let's do it. You know, and maybe let's think about Ketlen first, and step by step, and maybe end of the year. You know, I love challenge. It's gonna be a tough fight for me, yes, but I'm telling you, it's gonna be easy. It's, you know, I work hard, and I improve my game every day in the gym, and I'm very excited for that.
Another couple of fights I want to ask you about. First off, obviously there was the big one in California. Your old friend Ronda was competing, and then actually your friend Carano. What obviously your answer is going to be longer than that fight was, but what did you think of that one?
You know, I hear too, people saying that. You know, people say, I think it's cool for Ronda. She's coming back after the 2 losses. It stayed 10 years, you know, retirement. I think the good message for the young kids, because she's have a lot of young kids fans of her. How's bad your fan, your kid fun there, and then she lost and then she quit? No, you don't want to show this for the kids. You have to overcome. Sometimes you're going to lose, you're going to learn, but you're coming back. You fall 7 times, 8 times, you stand up, you keep going. And I did this. I lost in 30 years undefeated. I lost and they come back. I'm 7 years undefeated now. Overcome. If the fight come back, I'm here. I'm training. I'm learning. I'm improve. So this is the good message you want to send for the young kids, even people. You know, gonna be hard times, but to overcome. I believe she's coming back, but fight. You know, Gina Carano, she was retirement for 17 years. I fight her in 2009. It was the time she was retired. But I believe she's got this fight because finishing her career like the good way. She back with one victory. You know, maybe if you're gonna do a movie, it's not happy end. You know, and then nobody gonna say, I'm gonna check who's the last fight. You know, nobody gonna check this. I believe she coming back because she knew she could beat Gina Carano, and it didn't surprise me. She's beat Gina Carano. Gina is like 70 years no training, like doing movies. Of course, now she's gonna be like ready to even Ronda. She's born in doing judo. She's gonna be blind. She's gonna take you down. You know what I mean? I believe like I knew already this is gonna happen, but good for her. She's coming back. I think it's a great message you can give for the fans.
Obviously, like in the build-up to that fight, they were super nice with each other, and it seemed like the only person Ronda was went up about was you, right? Like she seemed like at the press conference she said this horrible thing about you, and what do you think about the thing Ronda was saying?
When you see this, I feel sorry for her because like this. Okay, when you pass the struggles, everybody here passes hard times in their lives. What do? You overcome. You be better person, and you're gonna something change in you. I feel like when she did that interview, she was 10 years. 10 years retirement. After all the things, she still hate me. I never did nothing for that girl. I believe like before she started fighting, I already champion. So I never anything against her. She had the strategy, calling me out because nobody know who she is that time. She's calling me out for people know who she is. But then we started getting through. Maybe you're gonna fight Cyborg, and then she started to get scary. And then she's the only way I don't see a reason, you know what I mean, for one person like hate me. Her mom, when I see her everywhere, she was very friendly with me. Don't have any problem with me. I don't have any problem for her. I wish the best for her. I wish she's overcome. I think she needs really some therapy. They get it together, put together, and the life is beautiful. Some hard times happen, but this is for grow up.
Another fight I'm interested to get your take on is Katie Taylor in Croke Park. What do you think? Obviously, she's someone that they talked about maybe you fighting at some point in your career. What do you think about her getting this big opportunity to fight in 80,000 people and selling it out in 30 minutes, all that stuff?
No, it's gonna be amazing. Katie Taylor, I'm a big fan of her. Fighting her when that time was to be an owner. It's nothing like as be an owner. She's a big name. I saw them sell, I think, all the tickets for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
She's a big star. And I know she's a really big Christian. She's really shared her faith with the fans. I think the most important is outside everything. And I wish the best. It's gonna be a great fight, and I'm happy for her.
You have a good relationship with like all of the kind of the female pioneers. Like obviously you and Ronda maybe not, but like it seems like you get on well with Katie Taylor. You get like it seems like you respect like Cris Cyborg, people like this. Do you generally tend to get on with the other like kind of women who help to bring combat sports in the mainstream?
I didn't hate nobody, I think like everybody in the same boat. Everybody, everybody, even Clarissa Shields, like, I saw her at the event, we in Vegas. I said, we talk each other. I said, Clarissa, what, you calling me out? Cool, we can fight. We just talk like this. I don't hate nobody. I think hate is a very hard word. I believe like, I don't put anything in my heart, I'm really good. I think I just see all the girls I fought, I never hate anyone. It's just a sport for me.
When you look at, like, now you're hanging up your gloves right after this, when you look around, like, all of boxing, MMA, who do you think is the baddest woman on the planet right now?
I can tell you, I think the biggest martial arts, the greatest of the time, I believe is Valentina Shevchenko. She's go up weight, she fight Amanda Nunes, twice. She's 125, going 35. She never say no for any fight. If you call her today, you can fight her again. If you fight Kayla Harris, maybe she'll say yes. You know what I mean? She's a really martial arts. She a long time the journey. I met her in person. She's very humble. I think she train all the time. She don't take she take vacation even with the team and the training. And I believe she's amazing. I wish the best for her. And she proved, she's doing the great fights. And I think she's gonna be a long fighting too because she's have an amazing career.
Last one for me, obviously, Christy Martin just had a movie come out. She's played by Sydney Sweeney. Ronda working on a movie. If they made a movie about your life, who would play you, do you think?
Let's see. It's coming up some stuff about the movies, and for sure it's gonna something not just to show my fight career, but for sure to show my faith in my life and give you hope for everyone watch the movie for sure.
Who would play? Which actor would you want to be portraying?
I'm telling you who I would like to play. What do you mean?
Yeah.
If you want to be Ronda or?
No. Like, what actor would you like to portray you? Like Christy Martin, she was played by Sydney Sweeney, right?
I don't know. I did never think about.
All right.
Thank you.
What's going to be the thing that keeps you busy? Like right after you retire, August 23rd. What is the project that is like? You know what? No, I'm not have to go to the gym as much today. I'm going to focus on this, and I'm going to focus on it tomorrow. What is the project?
I believe into the gym. I'm gonna continue going. I think it's like. You don't have to recover now. It's like a PT. It's gonna do PT every day to the end. For sure, I have on dream to be a vet. You know, so I'm planning to see how we can make maybe working, because I go back and forth Brazil here. I don't know, because all the travels. But for sure, at the beginning, I want to continue help the mixed martial arts community, help the women's MMA. I think maybe I don't see be a coach, but I see I can help the another younger girls who want to be a fighter. I don't know. I think a lot of things in my plates. I'm looking for do my book, and maybe the opportunity maybe soon about the movie. I have a lot of things can come up, and I'm very excited about it.
Grandbaby is going to be a boy or a girl?
It's gonna be a boy.
Are you ready to show him when he's ready? Like, hey, let's show your grandma's fights.
I know he's gonna be. He's gonna born in 2 months. It was like a surprise for everybody. I just figured out when I was the day I fight boxing, I got my Weiba belt, and then my daughter told me, her and her husband, and I'm very happy. At the beginning, I was shocked. But God have the best plan for us, and his name is going to be Samuel, and I'm very happy to have him in our lives. I think kids are blessed, kids are God gift, and I want to do my best to be the best grandma.
Congratulations.
Welcome.
Actually, while we're here, just as we've been speaking, Brazil 3-0 against Scotland, so into the next round. You reckon Brazil are going to win the World Cup this year?
Maybe. I'm not sure, but I believe it. I don't be watching the games, but I just making fun of one friend. He's from Scotland. I make one video for him. What time the game? And congratulations guys for the game, and I wish you go to the end. It's be good.
If they make it, will you go to the final in New Jersey?
Maybe. Yeah, it'd be good. You gonna go?
I don't think I'm an A-lister like you who would get invited.
Yes, maybe, yes. I will follow up more the girls' soccer. Yes.
Thank you.
Welcome.
You have a lot of history with Scott Coker, and he's getting back into the MMA promotional game. Like, what are your thoughts on him getting back involved and just, promoting fights again?
I'm really happy, Scott Coker back and, announcing the new promote event, because he's a real legit martial artist. He's really understand the fighters, because before his fighting, he's have a great history. He's doing this for 35 years, and you see all the bigger promotion. It starts as little and he's grow the event, and open the door for a lot of people. I'm the person who's opened the door for me, and I'm really happy because really the fighters need another events to put the work, for to improve their games, to improve the everything. So I'm happy to have one more to come.
Yeah, and I guess one more, because one of the fights of yours that Scott Coker promoted was your big win over Matt Zingano, and a certain infamous individual named Josh Hokett debuted on that card, and he made some comments recently about Michelle Obama at the White House card. Did you have any thoughts on that at all?
No, I don't want to get into this.
Fair enough.
Yes.
Okay, guys. Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chris.
so much. Appreciate your time.
Thank you.